Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ladybug and today I'm doing a Valentine's Day look. So I'm going to start by moisturizing my face with some Rosehip seed oil. And I'm also going to use the Avant Shea Butter Rice Bran Face Moisturizer as well. I'm going to hit those brows with my spoolie, of course, and I'm going to go in with the Nica eyebrow duo in black and just fill in any sparse areas, making sure my eyebrows look very full and dark. Now I'm going in with the spoolie again just to fill in any more sparse areas and complete my brows with the brow gel in clear from LA Colors. And now I'm going to set a base around my brows with the Maybelline New York Instant Age Rewind. I'm going to use a flat fluffy brush to blend all that out around and in the middle of my brows. And now I'm going to take the LA Colors Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigment Foundation in the shade Deep Tan along with a flat brush, and I'm going to carve out my brows even more. I'm getting as close to my brows as I possibly can to make them look as neat as possible. Now I'm taking that same flat fluffy brush and blending all of that out. Now I'm going to set my brows with the Pretty Vulgar Nightingale eyeshadow palette in the shade All Nighter. I'm taking a small flat brush to do this. Now I'm going to conceal under my eyes with the LA Colors Concealer Palette in the shade Medium. I'll be using both middle shades. I'm using the same brush that I used to blend out the concealer on my brows. And now I'm taking a Real Techniques damp beauty blender and I'm just going to blend all of that out to make it look more even and cover up any dark spots and dark circles that I do not want. Now I'm taking the Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Neutrally Natural and the Fanna Luxury Powder in the shade number 4 mixed together, and I'm going to set that. Now I'm going to go in along the crease of my eye with the Ucanbe Fruit Punch palette in that nice purpley shade. Now I'm using the Per Cosmetics Festival palette in the shade Wild Child, and I'm just going to go right above that purple that I did. Going in with the white shade from the Fantasy Makers Wet n Wild She-Wolf palette, I'm going to cut my crease right below the purple. I'm going in with that same brush that I used to carve out my brows. I'm going back into that same purple right above the crease with a small fluffy brush to make the purple a little more pigmented. And back into that pink right on top of the purple with the same brush that I used to apply the pink earlier. Just gonna blend that in and help it come together. Now I'm gonna use the box of crayons eyeshadow palette. Thank you to my lovely sister who got it for me for my birthday. I'm gonna just take the shade Violet, which is a shimmery purple, and I'm just gonna pat that all over the white. I'm using a flat brush to do so. Now I'm going back in with that LA Colors Truly Matte, and I'm going to conceal under my eye and conceal away any eyeshadow that fell out or that I messed up on. Now I'm using my beauty blender to blend all of that in. Going back in with the same white shade from the Painter's palette, I'm going to create a line along the crease, which is right in between the first purple and the shimmery purple. Now I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Liner liquid eyeliner in black to create a heart. I'm starting with a V first, and then I'm just making it thicker and more shapely in order for it to look like a heart. You guys, I apologize in advance for the quality of this shot. It sucks now that I'm looking at it, but as you can see, I mean, it's coming together, and just wait for the slow-mos. It's gonna be really cute. Using that same white, I'm just going to trace the hearts. Now going back in with the Mega Liner, I'm going to create my wings. Connected the liner to the tip of the white liner in order for it to make the look come completely together. I overdrew a little bit on the inner corner of my eye to create a point, and I traced the beginning of the bottom of my lash line. It gives my eye a more flowy shape. Now I'm going back in with that same all-nighter shade, and I'm just going to take a small brush and get my bottom lash line. I'm gonna go back in with that same pink from the Purr Festival palette, and I'm gonna smoke out my lash line. I'm gonna put the pink right next to the black and just blend it in. And now I'm going to use a combination of the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation in the shade Honey and the Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Naturally Neutral. I'm going to mix those two together, and I'm going to use a Real Techniques foundation brush to blend it all in. I like the effect of combining the powder with the foundation before I apply it to my skin. It makes my skin look really smooth, and it's not too wet and it's also not too dry. It's more like in the middle, and it even helped my foundation blend in with my skin tone a little bit more. Taking that foundation and just gonna clean up my eyeliner really quick. And I'm going to take a flat fluffy brush that I took from earlier, and I'm just going to help blend that all out. Now the beauty blender to help blend it out even more. Going back in with the Maybelline New York Instant Age Rewind, and I'm just going to highlight my face. I'm going to get my nose, my forehead, under my eyes, my cupid's bow, and under my cheekbones. I'm also going to get this little area right here, right next to my lips, because it's like a little pouch right there. I don't know what that's called, but I guess it's just the way my face is shaped. I'm just going to use my beauty blender to blend all of that out. Now I'm going to take the same combination of the two powders, and I'm going to set everything on my face that I just highlighted. Taking an empty brush, I'm just going to dust away all the excess powder. Now it's time to contour. I've always wanted to try a liquid contour, but since I couldn't find one that was dark enough for my liking, I decided to go with the LA Colors Liquid Makeup Foundation in the shade Cappuccino. And I'm just going to contour my face as normal. I'm using a small, rounded, fluffy brush to apply the contour. Going back in again with that Real Techniques damp beauty blender, I'm going to blend it all out. Now that it's all blended, I forgot to show it in the clip, but I'm using the Black Radiance pressed powder in the shade Bronze Glow in order to set my entire contour. In this scene, I switched to a bigger brush to get the bigger areas. Don't forget to tap off, or else you'll look too brown. Now I'm taking the Real Techniques blush brush, which is really fluffy and really soft, and I'm going to go back into that Fruit Punch palette and take that pink shade right there and create a blush. Now I didn't apply the blush to the apples of my cheeks because it makes your face look more round, and since my face is kind of already round, I only applied it to my cheekbones and my temple area to make it look more slender. I don't know what it is, but I'm addicted to applying blush on my nose, so that's what I did, and I did just a little more than I normally would so you can actually see it enough. But yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So I got a new mascara. It's the Maybelline New York Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect in the shade Black. I'm just going to coat my lashes top and bottom with that. I loved the effect that it gave my lashes. I'm applying falsies today, but one day I'd just like to see how they would look just with the mascara. I guess I'll let you guys know what that's like in a different video. On one side of the brush, there are really short bristles, which I'm sure that's for the bottom lashes and then the places that you can't reach. And then on the other side of the brush, there are some really long bristles, which would help like get in between the lashes and coat them really good. I think the combination of that is really good along with the type of mascara, like the formula that it is. Now I'm going to set my face with the Nica K Perfection Setting Spray in Illuminating Gold. It's a shimmery gold spray. I want it to be a little shimmery, and I'm using a fan that I got from Amazon to help me dry that all out. Now I'm just going to go back in with that same mega liner that I used from earlier, and I'm just going to fill in my hearts a little bit more because when I used the white it kind of messed them up a little bit. But yeah, I'm just going to fix that and move on to the next step. Alright guys. Oh my god, the faces I make. Anyway, I'm moving on to the magnetic eyelashes. These eyelashes come in a 5-pair box with magnetic eyeliner and a pair of tweezers. I got this box from Amazon. I will put the link down in the description box below. I'm just going to coat my top lash line with 1 to 2 thick coats. And I'm going to use my spoolie to separate and clean my lashes because my lashes are really curled, and every time I put the eyeliner on, it always gets on them and they start sticking together. So I'm just going to use my spoolie to clean those off a bit. Now I'm just going to use a pair of tweezers to adjust and stick my lashes on. I like to start in the middle and then on the outside and then on the inside. It's just what works best for me. Some girls can just use their hand and just stick them right on. Some girls could just use their hand and stick them right on. I need to use like a combination of my hand and tweezers. But whatever works best for me is what works best for me, and what works best for you is what works best for you. It's all about trying different things and finding out what will work for you. Now I'm going to use the same mascara and coat my falsies because I felt like they looked a little thin, and I'm using the mascara to just help them come out more, which I thought they looked amazing. Not too much, not too little. And now it's time for lips. I'm gonna go in with the LA Colors Auto Lip Liner in the shade Mauve, and I'm just going to line my lips. This shade is like really pink for my lips, so you can't really see it right now unless I was to zoom in, but I just wanted my whole face to be in the frame, so I just didn't zoom in. But yeah, it's a really nice color. It's just sort of blends in with my lips. Now I'm going in with the LA Colors Matte Liquid Lip Color in Fierce. I'm also going to use the Manna Kadar Lip Whip in the shade Hope, and I'm just going to line my lips with the lip whip first. I'm using my lips and my finger to like ombre it out and blend it out a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with the LA Colors Matte Liquid Lip Color, and I'm just going to blend that in using my lips. I messed up a little bit, so I'm going to use some foundation to fix it up and a beauty blender to blend it out along with my fingers. I tried to do an ombre effect on my lips, which it didn't work because both of the colors are like really close to one another in shade, so I just blended the two in together. Here I am using the Manna Lip Whip again, and I'm just gonna blend that in and go to the next step. And now it's time for my most favorite part of always, the highlighter. I'm going to use the Too Faced highlighter in the shade Canary Diamond, and I'm just going to highlight the usual spots that I do, except for I'm going to be extra with it and apply more than I usually do because it's such a pretty color and I love highlighter and I just can't get over it. Anyway. By the way, I got this highlighter from a BoxyCharm subscription along with the highlighter brush that I'm using. The highlighter brush is really fluffy and it makes your highlighter look very natural and smooth, unlike some brushes or even using your finger or even some liquids that make it look blotchy and just, you know, not good. But anyway, yeah, I'm using this brush to apply the highlighter in the places that I normally would, and I'm also going to use my finger to get the small areas. And the usual highlighter brush that I usually use is a fluffy, like, I want to say slanted, but it's not. It is slanted, but that's not the word for it. Anyway, I'm using that brush to get my brow bone and the inner corners of my eyes. And I believe I use this on my Cupid's bow as well. Now I'm going to set my face again with the Milani Make It Last 16 Hour Wear Matte Finishing Spray. And I'm going to use that same fan to dry it out. Here are some slow-mos for you guys. I was inspired to do this look from a TikToker that I watch. She does magnificent makeup and she's hilarious. I forgot her name, but I'll try to put her name down in the description box so you guys can follow her and look at her TikToks. If you guys like what you see, you already know what to do. Please show some love, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm still doing the 1000th subscriber giveaway. We're at like almost 600 subscribers now. I love you all. Thank you so much for showing your support. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm also going to do the Pisces makeup tutorial next for the Pisces birthdays that are coming up, and I will also include that in my Zodiac series. Thank you so much guys for watching. I love you all and happy Valentine's Day.